Hey, Mr. Wyatt. So I did my interview on my friend Mikey. Mikey and I had gone to high school together, but we hadn't actually met until just last week. When we started talking, it took hours to realize that we even went to the same school, let alone knew who the other person was. When we said our last names, we were like, hey, I know you. It's kind of funny though, because all through high school, I just thought he was some popular football kid who would never give me the time of day, and he thought I was some super smart kid who would look down on him. Neither of those are true, especially through this interview, but also throughout the last week. I realized that he is the complete opposite of what I thought. And he realized that I'm stupid. Not really, but he did realize that I'm not stuck up. So it was kind of funny that we knew each other, but we didn't even know. So I started my questions off kind of basic and asked some icebreakers, and then I went a little bit deeper. I chose him because I wanted to get to know a little bit more about him. Through the last week of talking, I kind of realized that there's a lot more to him than I had thought, and I thought this was a good way to sneak some more information in without him knowing. So, my first icebreaker was something I had been asked in school a couple times, just as a get to know you kind of thing. And it was if I could interview, or if he could interview anyone living or dead, who would it be? This question helped me bring up a lot of questions I hadn't originally planned on asking by his answer. He had said that he would interview his great grandpa because he was in World War II and he had died in World War II and he never got to meet him. Apparently, through this, I found out that his whole family is a military family and generations of special forces, and that's what he wants to do. So I asked a little bit more about that and found out a lot of information. Apparently, okay, I asked the icebreaker, and then a bunch of questions followed about his career that he wants to go into, what he wants to do after the military, about his past. Apparently, he had grown up in a really rough neighborhood, which most people didn't know. Everyone just thought he was rich, but he wasn't. And because he grew up in a rough neighborhood, he got into some bad stuff. He had been really smart in middle school, all honors classes, but some teachers told him that he would never amount to anything. So he decided just to do what everyone expected. I thought this was really sad, but as he explained his journey through high school, he said that in senior year he realized he needed to step up his game. So he ended with A/B and with A's and B's and had a 3.2 GPA. The military, the branch, he's not sure which branch he wants to go into yet, but whatever the tests or qualifications that they have, said that they'd consider him because they saw that he changed his score around and his life around, and that he did really good on his ASVAB scores. So I thought that was awesome. He's going into Special Forces, and once he's done with Special Forces, he wants to become a teacher because he wants to be able to help and inspire kids who are like him and make a difference in the world. Some of my basic interview questions had just been what he would tell his great grandchildren if he could, and his answer I had seen throughout all of his other answers. So he said that not to be a follower. I thought that was awesome because just through his answers I could tell that it was extremely important to him to not be a follower, to be a leader and be who you are, because he's tried to be who other people want him to be, and that's just ended him up in bad places. I also found out that his mom is the most important person in his life. I guess his parents had divorced at a really young age, and she had raised him for his 18 years of living alone, and she had worked extremely hard. He was born and grew up in a really bad, terrible neighborhood, and now he lives in a nice neighborhood out in Wesley Chapel, and he's living life. He's doing really good. He's about to find out if he got accepted into the School of Air Force, a military school. He never specified which one, and he's doing good. I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, I asked about his religious beliefs because last week he had said something about how he was helping his grandparents and they always make him go to church. So He said that he doesn't go with any religion, but he has a relationship with God, and he thinks that religion is a major thing in the world that tears people apart and causes way too many problems, which I kind of agree with. I think it brings people together, but I also think it causes a lot of wars and differences, so we have to find that fine median. This assignment did help me to listen, and it also helped me to realize that there's a lot of things you don't know about people. So just because people say something doesn't mean anything. And just because you have certain things in your head or certain questions you want to ask, that there's so much more about people that you find out just through conversation and listening. So listening is an extremely important thing that everyone needs to practice. Thank you.